Wound healing is a complex process that occurs in three phases: inflammation, proliferation, and remodeling. These take place one after the other, but overlap in time. In this animation, we see a small injury that reaches into the second layer of skin, a relatively simple and common injury. In addition to the pain, the wound also becomes noticeable through the discharge of blood. This flushes out foreign particles. However, the bleeding does not last long. The body reacts just a few seconds after the injury by constricting the affected blood vessels. Blood clotting also sets in. This is followed 20 minutes later by vasodilation. The excretion of histamine by mast cells causes the blood vessels to dilate again, and the capillary walls become more permeable. This facilitates the migration of urgently needed white blood cells. Once in the wound area, monocytes develop into phagocytes. In the inflammatory phase, they remove or digest dead cells and eliminate viruses and bacteria. In the next phase, they stimulate the cell division of fibroblasts via messenger substances and promote the formation of new blood vessels. The phagocytes literally orchestrate wound healing. In the second phase, the proliferation phase, granulation tissue is formed. This young and still less resilient connective tissue fills the wound cavity. The soft and reddish replacement tissue consists of cells, tiny blood vessels, and collagen fibers. The collagen fibers are produced by the aforementioned fibroblasts. After reaching the wound, these cells divide rapidly and begin to produce collagen to form the granulation tissue. They use the fibrin network that was formed during blood clotting. At the same time, tiny blood vessels sprout, which supply the working cells with oxygen and building materials. Wound contraction also begins during the proliferation phase. In other words, the wound begins to shrink. The myofibroblasts are responsible for this. Some of the fibroblasts develop into this cell type. Just like muscle cells, myofibroblasts have the ability to contract. The contraction brings the wound edges closer together. This also benefits epithelialization. The top layer is damaged and must be restored, and the smaller the defect, the faster this can be done. The epidermis consists mainly of keratinocytes, which are formed by cell division in the basal layer. On their way up, the cells become increasingly keratinized and flatten out. During epithelialization, keratinocytes from the basal layer colonize the wound, starting from the wound edge towards the center. Unlike the surrounding skin, the new tissue does not contain melanocytes. These cells produce the pigment melanin and release it to the surrounding skin cells. These cells thus provide the natural skin color. Their absence explains why mature scars are paler than normal skin. The final phase begins 2 to 3 weeks after the injury and can last up to a year. During this time, extensive remodeling processes take place. The proportion of type 3 collagen decreases and is replaced by type 1. There is also a strong cross-linking of the collagen fibers. This makes the new tissue more resistant. Wound healing is not always so unproblematic. For example, excessive collagen synthesis causes noticeable scars. However, I will deal with this in another video.